Hello, everyone. Is my audio working? Let me just drag my audio. Let me know if I'm too low or not because I think I'm using a different mic from when I was live streaming last. And let me make sure my audio isn't on here. Okay, it isn't. So you won't be able to hear that. Let me know if you can hear me. That's the first thing because I'm really getting used to the streaming thing because I haven't streamed in ages. Um, it's working. Awesome. Thank God. I don't have to tinker because that'd be the worst thing ever. But anyway, welcome everyone to the stream. I haven't streamed since the last stream I did, and I know because I had the thumbnail there was ranking Arrowverse villains, I think, and I think that was so long ago. It's not even funny. The last time I streamed, I wasn't even in this place. I think that's what it was. I'm pretty sure. Does anyone remember me streaming with this background? I know I recorded a video with this background, but I don't think I streamed with this background. So insane that it's been that long. Because I love streaming, but it's just been. I don't like this setup for streaming, but yeah, expect weekly streams from now on. I'm back into the streaming mood. I want to stream. I'm sitting in a terrible chair, by the way. So if you hear it, I need to get a new one. That's basically the best way to put it. Just let me have a look at two things before we start. Okay. But anyway, welcome everyone to the stream. Where's Cal? Cal is... Okay, so no, Cal's just chilling in the room. He went for a walk when did I get back? About 20 minutes ago. So he's pretty tired. He's just been running around like an idiot. But yeah, so welcome everyone to the stream. Hopefully everyone's having a good afternoon. I guess you're in Europe, it's night, isn't it? So I guess good afternoon or night. But we're going to go through a couple things. There's some stuff that's come out for Crisis that I want to go over in a video, but stuff has come up so much. I've wanted to include it in the other Crisis videos, but then the videos would be like 20 minutes long because there's a decent amount to go over. So I thought we'll talk about it in a stream, and then we'll also talk about some potential things that might be happening in Crisis that could lead elsewhere without spoiling too much. I don't want to spoil the entire thing, but I'll give you little tidbits where as to where it could go. It's interesting if because they might not go through with it. It might just be a complete tease, and that's where they'll leave it. But then again, they could be planting a seed, then just seeing where it goes, and they'll pick up with it later down the track. But just let me look through the... thank you, Dallas Doyle, for the $1.90... Oh, the $1.99 super chat. I don't want to say $1.99, but $1.99 super chat. Thank you very much. Just quickly... you might be able to see on the screen... where am I? So let me look over here. Over here. Here? Okay, so there's this new thing on YouTube where essentially become a member. Now, I will just spam... It's pretty much like Twitch, okay? So if you ever follow me on Twitch and you did it, you get like cool little emojis and stuff like that. So I'll just spam some of them in there. I've only done a couple just because I just did some that were already on my computer. But if you become a member, I've done the cheapest option because I didn't want to be one of those people that makes you charge $6 to get like the tiniest little thing. But you'll get like a cool little emblem next to your name and stuff like that. And yeah, so you can become a member if you want to do that. You can do it now if you want to, or if you want to do it later when we're doing more streams, it's up to you. I'm just giving you that information. There is another option there as well. I'm just letting you know, everyone, now, while I have your attention, if you want to call it, where I can give you like news and like the spoilers early before a video comes out if you want to as well. But as I said, if you want to wait like another couple streams before you dive into that and commit to becoming a member, that's up to you. But also obviously, if you want to super chat, you can super chat as well, and you get your question 100% answered, or comment read out. I think that's the way I used to word it. I don't see how to join. It should be like down below next to where the subscribe button is. There's like a join thing. If not, you go to my channel. If you go to my channel page, you should be able to click join, and then I'll give you the options there. I think that's the best way to go. So we got CJ Rev just became a member. Sorry for knocking my mic. Thank you very much, CJ, for doing that. So yeah, you have to be on. Yeah, you probably have to be on your computer. I don't know. Because that's weird. Because I don't think you can super chat on your phone either. So I think it's like you have to be on your computer to do it, or at least maybe an iPad. But I think you'd have to, be on a computer most likely. So let me go through. Can I make this bigger so I can see more of this chat? Because I'm only seeing like hardly anything anyway. I'm just going to scroll through the chat quickly. Mia is the best character, to be honest. Well, we already got the first troll in Matt Sanchez. Thank you very much for that. You can super chat on a phone. Okay. Okay, maybe it's just like certain ways you do it on a phone, or maybe just certain devices can't do it. I'd have no idea. I really only use my computer for YouTube and stuff. I feel like Tom Welling, Clark Kent, will have a bigger role. Otherwise, his part makes no sense. I can give you this. Like, he only filmed at most 2 days. And the thing from what it seems like as well, just based off what it seems his scene is, he was a very late inclusion. So they would have written the script, and they probably left like open spaces in the script just in case cameos came out, because they've, like Guggenheim said, they're still filming cameos. That's still a thing that they're doing. So, what do you call it? There was spaces in the script to allow them, or like there were scenes where it wasn't necessarily specific to a certain character. So it could have been like, we go to this place and we have this quick conversation with the character, and then maybe that Earth's destroyed, and then they can slot the different characters in there, or the actors when they become available for a cameo. So he might be in maybe another scene more than we're expecting, but don't go into the crossover expecting a lot of Tom Welling, because you will be disappointed. I'm telling you right now. But do be excited just to see him back in it, but don't expect him to be like, oh my god, like have like the fourth lead role or something in the crossover. Definitely don't expect that. Dallas Doyle with the $5. Thank you very much for that. Hey man, love your vids. Do you think that Barry Allen will die in Crisis? I'd like to think. I think so. I think there's definitely going to be like a moment where he does do what he's meant to do in the comics, but maybe there's like some sort of like reversal that happens really quickly, because Grant did film a lot for Crisis. Like, I think he probably filmed the most out of any of the characters. I'd say he probably did. Maybe on par with, I guess, Batwoman and Supergirl, just because of what's happening with Oliver. And I guess maybe Sarah Lance Chucker in there. Actually, now that I think about it, Brandon Routh probably did a hell of a lot as well, because he's playing two fairly main roles as well. So I'd like to think he dies, and that's not me saying I want Barry to die and be gone for good, but I'd like to think that they do somewhat fulfill what happens in the comics. But with Earth 90 Flash, maybe he's not going to have the greatest fate. I don't think he's going to be having that good of a time, to be completely honest. So I think that's the best way to put it. But there is rumors that like Grant didn't film that much for episodes 10 and 11, which are obviously the two episodes that follow Crisis. But that's for us to wait and find out, I guess, in regards to that. And then Gary Gamon with the $5. Thank you very much for that. What changes do you think will happen for Batwoman and Supergirl after Crisis? Well, with Batwoman, I wouldn't be expecting much. With Supergirl's probably the show that's going to be changed the most, because presumably Earths are going to merge. Now, in the way in which they do that's going to be somewhat interesting, because I think one of the reasons that they always said about not really constantly merging those two characters, or going forward, like constantly having those characters cross over, is because having the ease of each of them to go to each other's Earths was the fact that, they're two very powerful characters, and like if someone's having an issue with one character, couldn't that other character come and help, and vice versa? So that was one reason there. But I think if you, it's the DC world, you want to have them all on the same Earth and stuff like that. So Supergirl will change the most after Crisis, but I'm interested to see if they do anything before Crisis that sort of sets them up for that merge in some way, shape, or form, because they've only got one episode. So Supergirl and Batwoman went on this week, and then next week they have their mid-season finales, and then there's Crisis. So it'll be interesting to see what they do. But I wouldn't expect too much change with Batwoman because it's in its first season. But with Supergirl, I'm expecting a decent amount of change. Thank you very much thank you very much to Sam with the $20. I'm sorry if I'm just going through the super chats, guys. Just I like to get them. If people are going to donate, I'd rather get to them straight away, and then I'll move into the chat. But thank you very much, Sam, with the $20, very generous. Been a while. How do you like Arrow Season 8 so far? Do you think that the new spin-off should be given a chance? I think fans should at least give it a chance for veteran cast members like Katie Cassidy. Also, does Paigey die in Crisis? I can confirm that Paigey dies in Crisis. You can speculate all you want with that. I think, yeah, and I've been saying it, I'm probably one of the people that's against the spin-off existing, but I've always said, give it a chance, give it the benefit of the doubt, because it could surprise us. And I love being proved wrong. I love doubting something and then it coming going, hey, slap on the face. It was actually half decent. I'm not expecting it to be very good. I'm expecting it to, especially if it's set in 2040. 2040 really, that like talk about it being set there, and I guess the confirmation did dishearten me about it a bit, because 2040 is a bit of a dead setting, but you never know what Crisis could do to that setting, so who knows. But you should always give it a chance. Always give it a chance, because you never know what it's going to be like. In regards to Arrow Season 8 so far, I am a bit annoyed because even if you do like Mia, it is a bit of a hijacking. I don't know what the term to use is, because obviously when we had people have been comparing it to Nora last season of The Flash, and that's a good comparison. But Nora was a Poochie character, so if you don't know what a Poochie character is, if you've ever watched The Simpsons, it's basically a character that comes in to serve a purpose in some way, shape, or form, whether it be to like help ratings, which maybe Nora did that. I don't have any idea, but it's really just to serve a purpose to the plot, and then they'll just go away at the end of the season. So Flash has done that before. Like Julian Albert was a Poochie character. Tracy Brand for like a short period of time was a Poochie character, and Nora was as well. But I don't think Mia's that. Mia's more just a forced character, I guess. I don't really know what the term is to use. But yeah, so I'm liking Arrow Season 8 so far. The first 3 episodes were better than 4 and 5. However, I am really looking forward to today's episode, and next week's episode looks crazy. I don't even know what the hell is happening there, and I guess the setup for what's happening in that episode. But I can't wait to see how it all plays out and then leads into Crisis, because next week's episode, even though it's only episode 7 out of a 10 episode season, it is really the last episode of Arrow before Crisis, because episode 9, the Crisis episode is Crisis. Episode 9 is the backdoor pilot, and then episode 10 is a series finale, which is going to be not disjointed, but just different. So episode 7 they're probably going to treat that like a finale, so I'm really looking forward to that. But thank you very much, Sam. Hopefully I answered the question as best as I could. Just let me scroll through. I know there was some super chats that came in. I might just scroll through the chat quickly before I jump into that bunch of what do we call them, super chats. Is this your first reveal? No, I've been on multiple times. Just that, just change it around. I haven't done a lot of live streams, unfortunately, but I want to get back into the live stream side of things as well. So hopefully you guys enjoy the live streams. Did you see the Crisis synopsis for the 3rd episode that Mia challenges Sarah? That's actually something we're going to go over in this stream in about like a couple of minutes, just after I get through this opening super chats and just questions and stuff like that. But this will, I guess, spur another further amount of questions from everyone in regards to what's happening in there. Julian Albert is the Anti-Monitor. That would be a twist. I'm not going to lie, that would be one hell of a twist. Could the Anti-Monitor kill Ray in the first part of the crossover? Maybe something happens to Ray, because Ray's in the first part, then it's Kingdom Come Superman in parts 2 and 3. So maybe, who knows? Hear me out that Black Lightning's daughter's security monitor sounds like the ones on Young Justice's Watchtower. Maybe. According to Paigey, Summer Spooderman. I'm not too sure what that means. Are you making an appearance on the planned award-winning Mia Smoke TV show? Maybe, who knows? Might be the love interest there. Will I react to... so people have asked this. Will I react to Crisis? Okay, so listen to my deep and dark plan, everyone. Okay. So my plan is to do videos on the first 3 parts of Crisis as I normally would. Just a review, chat, theorize, normal video. But then for parts 4 and 5... when it comes back in like mid-January, they're together. It's like a 2-hour finale special thing. I'm thinking that I might react to that. So it'll be like a big reaction. It'll probably be like a 40-minute video. If I just say it's around 20 minutes, it could honestly go to an hour. It's going to be a big video if I react to that one. And then not the following week, I guess, but 2 weeks after that. Actually, Well, let me know, because I don't want to become a reaction channel, because I don't really like reactions too much. If people want to do them, if people want to watch them, that's fine. But for me, I don't really love making those videos on a consistent basis. But for special moments, I'm all for it, because I did one for the Arrow season 5 finale and stuff like that. But would you want it so... Because you could get 3 weeks of reactions from me in a row. You could get the 2-part finale Crisis thing. Then, let me know if you want this, because this could be... Honestly, it could be a bit edgy, but who knows. Do you want me to react to the backdoor pilot for the spin-off? Do you want me to do that? Because I have a feeling I don't think I would... I'd be very negative, I think. I don't like the idea of me doing a review for that episode where I'm just talking about what happens in the episode and stuff like that. But I think a reaction to that would be better, because you'd actually get my live reaction. It wouldn't be something where I have to like dwell on it too much. And then the following week after that, you get an Arrow series finale reaction. Because once again, I think that needs a review, because my reviews are like sort of like theorize and stuff at the same time. But if it's the final episode, what's there to theorize about? So would you want that? You get 3 weeks of reactions. Crisis finale reaction. The next week you get Arrow backdoor pilot spin-off reaction thing. And then Arrow series finale. And then, yeah, that'd be like the, yeah, like Weather Girl Flash fan has put it perfectly. Master plan. Yeah, I think that'd be the best way to go. What mic do I use? It's I don't know if you can see it there. It's a Rode NT USB, I think it's called. A lot of YouTubers using that, but I've had it for ages. Not trying to flex, but I think I was actually one of the first YouTubers to have it, because I know multiple people that have just copied me and got this microphone because they asked which one it was. Is it in the way now? Okay, it's not. It's out of screen. Just make sure it's out of screen. Yeah, anyway. Anyway, we'll jump into some of these super chats, just so I'm not letting them dwell here and build up. Caleb Landry, let me know $2. You can super chat on phone. What's up, Pagey? Oh, thank you very much for that, Caleb. Didn't know. I thought maybe they've changed it. What's up with me? Not much. Live streaming. What's going on with you, Caleb? Ryan McKenna with £2. Pagey, Marc Guggenheim worries me going into Crisis. So, my thing with Marc Guggenheim, and some of you might agree with me, I think as a showrunner, he's a really bad showrunner. Like, he's really bad when he has to plan a lot of stuff to happen and like has to designate with other writers to deal with that. But I think as a writer, just if he's given like, hey Mark, write an episode, I think he's very good. And I've had issues with Marc Guggenheim, but I do think he's actually a very good writer. And he's not writing every episode of Crisis. He's more of like a consultant. So people would go to him like, okay, well, does this make sense? Blah, blah, blah. And I think he's decent with that. But when he is like given like the reins of a show, that's where it's a bit of an issue. Sorry, we're going to be here. Cargo passing a second. It's building up. Okay, it's just gone past. Priyesh Patel with the £2. Early question, but what's the Red Death rumor? So I'll give you this hint now. So this is like sort of like a minor spoiler, but there will be a reference to, a reference to a, I won't say what character says it, because it might spoil what happens to that character and what that actor does in the future of the Arrowverse. But an evil Batman is referred to. Now, obviously you could say that this is okay, well, it's just a random Earth where it's an evil Batman. However, I'd like to think that maybe this is something to do with like DC Metal, or because if you think of evil Batman, especially nowadays, your mind goes straight to DC Metal and like Red Death and the Batman Who Laughs and all those different things there. So, do I live inside of a Bible? What the hell is that question? But that's the Red Death. I didn't say Red Death. People just span that off and went with Red Death down their own thing. But the rumor is evil Batman. Now, this could mean future season, for later in this season of The Flash, or it could literally mean for next season's crossover. Could literally mean to next season of crossover. Red Death, did you post it on Twitter? I posted it on Twitter because everyone just span out. So I think I posted that like 4 hours after I posted on Instagram about the evil Batman thing. So I just thought I'd stir the pot, if you want to call it. Failure Gaming with the $1. Thank you very much for that. Failure Gaming, very much appreciated. Dallas Doyle with the $2 again. Is Reverse Flash going to fight Barry this season? I don't know. In regards to Crisis, who knows if he's going to be in that, because it's up in the air. But a lot of stuff wasn't actually seen filming for Crisis. They did a lot of stuff indoors, just, in like private areas, if you want to call it. So he could be in Crisis. But obviously we have that news that like Wally West is going to come back and fight one of the Flash's greatest enemies with Barry. So that might be where Reverse Flash shows up, but who knows? Robert Charlton with the £5. Do you think Earth 90 Flash will merge with Kingdom Come Batman to become Red Death? Probably not, because I think you need like an evil Batman. And then like, Kingdom Come Batman in the comics is like not like your Kingdom Come. I was thinking Kingdom Come Superman. Kingdom Come Batman, I don't think is that level to become Red Death. No, I don't think I personally don't think you could do that. But I'm interested to see what they do with both Earth 90 Flash and the Kingdom Come Batman, because the trailers do suggest that Earth 90 Flash meets a fate that isn't that great. And then Kingdom Come Batman, I'm interested to see like why he gets brought into the crossover in general. I'm intrigued by all of that. BTK, my mouse went crazy. BTK Predator with the $5. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for that. Welcome back. Do you think we will see Captain Cold, the Ray, Psycho Pirate, Firestorm, and Crisis? Feel like there should be more past characters coming. Psycho Pirate technically should be there. Like, he should really be there, but I don't know. They didn't really cast a massive actor in regards to TV scope to do that. So that sort of makes me think that he won't be there, and maybe another character might fill that role. In regards to Captain Cold, the Ray, I don't think the Ray's. I think the guy who played the Ray was filming something else during Crisis. I don't think Wentworth. But then again, there's a lot of surprise cameos I'm sure that we don't know about, just because filming was so behind closed doors for so much of it. So who knows who's going to be there? Like Firestorm could show up, Captain Cold could show up, the Ray could show up, Psycho Pirate could show up. But it's really hard to tell because we're only really, even though if you think about it, oh my god, they did do a lot of stuff for Crisis. When you really think about it, it was maybe like 6 scenes that we saw being filmed. Wasn't a lot. So who knows who's going to be showing up. Let me just go through the chat quickly. I totally forgot that Hulk and Titans and Aquaman and Smallville are played by the same actor. Is there any chance we will see both versions in Crisis? Well, he said in an interview that he couldn't schedule off to. I think they approached him to come back and play his version of Aquaman, but he couldn't get off schedule to go do that because it would have been. I don't know how they would have intertwined him, because maybe he would have showed up on the Kent farm. Maybe he was still hanging out with Clark or something. Who knows? But we know that like Michael Rosenbaum wasn't approached to come. Oh no, he was approached, but like they gave him like terrible conditions. But then like even like the Flash from Smallville wasn't approached at all. So, and who knows if like Lana Lang and stuff was approached either. So I guess because of the small role that the Smallville Earth's going to play, maybe they just didn't think it was worth it. But why would they approach the Aquaman from Smallville then? So it's interesting, but yeah, would have been cool, but I guess not enough time. I don't know. Caleb Landry with the $5. Thank you very much for that, Caleb. Why can't Barry create a time remnant? I don't see the Wraiths getting too mad since antimatter, I'm sure, messes with the Speed Force as well as the multiverse. I'm happy they're not even touching what do you call it? Not time wraiths, time remnants, because I really don't like the fact that time remnants are a thing. It's a massive cheat code, but I think the whole reason is that like Barry sort of learnt. Actually, I'll go back to that in a second, because someone's actually just proved my point correctly as to why a certain character won't show up. But with time remnants, it's just a bit of a cheat code, and they've sort of like made it clear like Barry's learnt his lesson about using time wraiths and time remnants, and wouldn't really go back to it just because he knows the repercussions of it. So I think in regards to following Barry's like code, if you want to call it, I think it's smart that they don't even touch time remnants. But Vortex, let me know. Bart Allen died in Smallville in the comics. That is actually correct. Bart Allen did die in Smallville season 11, the comics. So that reminds me to point this out. But the Smallville Earth we're going to see in Crisis is the same continuity that was followed on from the comics, because that's canon, the Smallville comics that followed the show. Except the only change is that they got the farm back, because in the comics they lost the farm, so now they got the farm back. But yeah. Lantern Core 2814 with the $2. Thank you very much for that. Sam with the $5. Arrow season finale and Crisis live reaction videos are worth it this time, I think. And every hour, yeah, I think that's worth it as well. And also, especially for Crisis, it's 2 hours on the same day. That video would be very long just for me talking about it. So I think it's better just to do a reaction. Chatterley with the £2. Are you concerned for the shows due to rating? Not really, because they got streaming stuff, and like the shows have to make a massive dip. Like Black Lightning's on like less than 500,000 viewers a week, but because of their Netflix deal and stuff, they're sweet. Nowadays, especially live ratings isn't too much of an issue, just because of like what do you call it? Like after airing views, whether it be through streaming and or other sources elsewhere. So it's not too much of an issue. I wouldn't worry too much about it. Just let me look through the chat quickly. I'll just answer this question quickly. Me82SJM, not too sure if that's meant to be a word, but just with weird letters, not too sure. With the £2, theory Oliver uses the magic book to take Barry's place. Like the Book of Destiny? Maybe? I'm interested to see just how they go about Crisis in general, because it's definitely a loose adaptation. It's not going to be a direct, like, faithful adaptation, because it's impossible for them to do that. But I am intrigued to see how they go about just doing Crisis in general in regards to where characters are, what happens to certain characters, and whether certain characters replace other events of certain characters and stuff like that. But maybe that can happen. I'm not too sure. But Ryan McKenna came with the £2. Thoughts on Eric Wallace's direction so far? I'm liking it. I do like the fact that he's splitting up the season into two sort of graphic novels, as he's calling it. Reminds me of like Arrow season 2, like that was like the perfect season in regards to pacing and stuff, because you had the Brother Blood arc in the first half, which still continued on into the second half, but then it molded into like the Deathstroke stuff, which I think was perfect. So, and he's doing it where basically Bloodwork, molds into Crisis, and then Crisis will lead on into the back half. So I think it's very smart. Sarah with the $2. What role does Iris play in Crisis? I don't necessarily know what role she plays, but obviously she's in Batwoman and the Flash episodes for a decent amount of it. She's meant to recruit the 7th Paragon, but from not spoiling something, I don't think Black Lightning is a Paragon. Just because of his lack of appearance in the Arrow episode, which is obviously the 4th part and the first part after we come back from the big break after the Flash episode. So I wonder if he isn't the Paragon. I'm interested to see who she recruits, because we've heard that she recruits the 7th Paragon, or the final Paragon. I guess she's just there as like I don't know what the term is to use, but just helps along with what's going on. Paige, how does it feel to have Stephen Amell watch your channel? People had told me before that he commented on my videos and like previously, but I couldn't find the comments. And then one day when I was just going through the comments, I saw one of his comments and I was like, oh, that's crazy. So it's I know he watches a decent amount of other people as well. But the fact that he shouted me out was insane that day. Yeah, that was mental. Black Lightning is going to shoot in that new Tyler Perry Studios in Atlanta. So is that meant to be like a sort of like a... Oh, so it's a new one. Okay, sorry. I wasn't sure if they like filmed currently. Well, there was talk about like bringing Black Lightning back for more stuff, but that's the whole thing that makes it a big issue, is the fact that they're the only Arrowverse show, I guess now officially Arrowverse show, that films outside of Vancouver. I know the Batwoman does some stuff in Chicago, but most of its stuff is filmed in Vancouver. So that's probably the biggest issue in regards to getting Black Lightning in there again. Lantern Core 2814 with the $2. Will Wonder Woman show up in Crisis? Maybe. I'm not going to confirm or deny that, but maybe. And then Snuggles with the $2. Will we see Wally West in Crisis? From what we know at the moment, the answer is no. But I don't think Ken Lonsdale was necessarily posting a ridiculous amount on Instagram in regards to location. So who knows? I don't understand why he wouldn't show up, because as I've said before, the multiverse is in jeopardy. What's your excuse? Oh, sorry, taking a bath, cleaning the bathroom, cooking some eggs. You got no excuse. Jesus Christ, show up. How do you become a member? Well, I've got the little thing there, this side. It's like I don't know if it'll be there on your page at the moment. If you're on a phone, I don't think it's there. I think people have confirmed it's not on the phone. But if you go to at least my channel, if it's not under the video at the moment, you should be able to see it, and you can see what you can. I've made it as cheap as you can, so to join if you want to do it. I thought Oliver was supposed to be funny this season. I don't know. Has he been? I'm not too sure. Anyway, what's my phone going off about? Okay, don't worry. Okay, where am I going? We're going to talk about this. Okay, so they released the first three. Yeah, they wouldn't have released part 4, surely. No, okay. They released the first 3 synopsises or descriptions for Crisis. So the Supergirl episode, the Batwoman episode, and the Flash episode. So we're going to go through them, and we're just going to discuss them, and you can pick out like what gets you most interested. I will leave the link to it in the description. Hopefully you guys will be able to click on that so you can read it if you want to along with us or along with me. Hopefully you'll be able to click that. So because the stream's delayed, it might be a bit behind in regards to the chat, but hopefully you'll be able to go up and click them. If you can, if you're on a computer, I guess. Ria Cotta. Okay, so I just read out Ria Cotta's super chat with the €5, I think that is. Hi, do you think there would be a cameo of Linda Carter as Wonder Woman and Laura Vandervoort as Smallville Supergirl? I think the Linda Carter Wonder Woman cameo is much more likely than the Laura Vandervoort Smallville Supergirl cameo. But I don't know if necessarily she would be Wonder Woman. They might have her dressed up as like Diana Prince or something rather than Wonder Woman. So maybe she might be in like a suit or something. But I think the Wonder Woman cameo is much more likely than the Supergirl from Smallville. Mark just said on Twitter that the break is accounted for. What do you mean by accounted for? Am I going to Guggenheim's Twitter? Let me try and find his tweet. Okay. Someone that's blocked me, I think, on Twitter is Knock Knock Joan. Hold on. Has this person blocked me on Twitter? I'm blocked. It's probably an illicity person, I'm assuming. I don't know why I'm surprised. Half of these people that what do you call it? Tweet at Guggenheim have me blocked. Where did his tweet go? Let me just find it quickly. Sorry for being an idiot. Marc Guggenheim. Okay, let me open this in a new tab, a new window. Are we picking up the story right where we left off, or is the winter break account? Oh, okay. Well, the break is accounted for. So there's like a month break between. Interesting. Okay. Well, I guess if we assume what happens in the Flash episode happens, which is maybe Earth's merging, that'll be interesting. Okay. I'm interested. I've used the word interested way too much lately. There's another super chat. C_W_ with the £2. Is it true that an evil Batman is going to show up? Yeah, we're just talking about that. I was going to call you Apex because that's your little emblem thing. We're just talking about C_W_ about 5 minutes ago, maybe 10 minutes ago. I don't know how long ago it was. An evil Batman is referred to. I'm not too sure if he shows up in a vision or something. It's referred to. So just take of that what you will, or take with that what you will. Yeah, let's quickly. So I don't know if everyone has this thing up. So this is the description for the Supergirl episode. Actually, you know what? Let's just talk for a bit, and I'll actually what do you call it? Bring them up on screen. So we'll just talk some stuff. I'll just get a question in the comments, and I'll just talk about that while I'm saving these images. So I heard that DCEU is going to somehow make an appearance in Crisis. Pagey, is that true? I think that was a rumor made up by like one of those We Got This Covered or something like that. I think it was one of them, or like Cosmic Book News. They've just been making stuff up lately. I wouldn't look too much into it, to be completely honest, just because they were just making stuff up for views. Like they 100% were. So I wouldn't look too much into it. That's an annoying one because I got a photo on the way. I might have to do this, bring this up. Just give me 2 seconds. I know this is boring as hell. The stream's already boring enough probably, but let me just make this bigger. Okay. And then I can copy and go out of that. Okay. What else is everyone saying? But yeah, I wouldn't believe that, to be honest, because they're just making crap up. Nancy Drew could turn up. That'd be an interesting one. There's people still wondering if the Supernatural characters are going to show up. They might, who knows? It'd be random as hell if they did, but I don't know. I don't think they will, to be completely honest. Am I going to save this stream? I don't know. Is it straight? Is it? I think it's going to go up as a video. Don't quote me on this, but I think I've said it that it's going to go up as a video. So, yeah, it might. But Kyle Bob. Okay, I thought I read it wrong for a second. Kyle Bob with the $10. Thank you very much for your generous donation. Doesn't really have to be just about Crisis, but shouldn't we be seeing a young Rip Hunter at some point? When we met him, he said he has seen Dark Knight's Fall and Men of Steel die. Love your reviews, by the way. Thank you very much for that, Kyle. I guess it just matters on Arthur Darvill, who played Rip Hunter's commitments and if he's available. But correct me if I'm wrong, did he ever actually say that in the show, or was it just for the trailer? Correct me, let me know, because I can't remember if he actually said it in the show, but obviously he said it in the trailer. So let me know if he actually said it in the show, because I can't remember specifically if he did. I am going to quickly just put this image up. Did he say it in the show? Okay, he did say it in the show. I wasn't 100% sure if he did. Sorry, I'm just getting these images up and ready. Okay, there's description 1. Okay, so there's, in front of my head. And I'll put it there, I guess. So that's the episode 1 synopsis. I'm going to just put it in front of my head for now. Hello. Okay, I'll just put it there. So the Monitor, guest star LaMonica Garrett, said Harbinger, guest star Audrey Marie Anderson, together the world's greatest heroes: Supergirl, The Flash, Green Arrow, Batwoman, White Canary, The Atom, and Superman, guest star Tyler Hoechlin, in preparation for the impending crisis. With their worlds in imminent danger, the superheroes suit up for battle while Jean and Alex recruit Lena to help them find a way to save the people of Earth-38. I just realized, I thought it was just like ditched Kyle for a second there, but in regards to Rip Hunter, I guess it's, as I said, they said it in the show. I guess it could come in if they wanted to do it, but I don't know. It just matters on his availability. That's the main thing. That's like Wally West hasn't shown up for a long time and stuff like that as well. But thank you very much for that, Kyle. Greatly appreciated. Thank you. So that's the episode 1 synopsis, the Supergirl episode. As you would notice, it is very Supergirl orientated. So even though this is a big event, I'll just move that. So even though this is like a big event and stuff like that, each episode is still going to feel like that show's episode. So Supergirl will still feel like a Supergirl episode, or like have elements of it. Batwoman's obviously going to have the Kingdom Come Batman or Bruce Wayne there, so it's obviously going to have that Gotham influence. And then the Flash will have Flash elements, where obviously, like, I guess Earth 90 Flash comes in and stuff like that. So there's nothing ridiculously spoilery with here. I guess the main thing is that it's to save the people of Earth-38. So Earth-38 is in the midst of being destroyed, but the trailers have sort of already given that away, so that's not a ridiculous spoiler there. But I don't know. Do you think, let me know in the comments, do you think Earth-38 is getting destroyed in episode 1? Do you think it's going to die? Because I would probably say yes. I would say yes, but let me know in the chat if you think Earth-38 is actually gonna die. Do you think it's gonna die? So I'm just going through the chat quickly. Earth-38 is getting sent to apartment 4. Maybe that's where all the Earths go. That'd be interesting. I'm 100% sure it will get destroyed. How do you get CJ's emblem? Oh, yeah. So CJ's got like the little Flash. Do I have it if I type in the chat? Hello. I don't think I have it. Do I have it? No, I don't. I just have a little thing there. So you become a member. It's just like a little join thing, and you'll get little emojis as well. So I'll just spam some of the emojis in there. So I think CJ would have all these emojis right there. So I think, what is a Zoom, Deathstroke, Green Arrow, and Savitar. Don't ask me why I put Savitar there, but he's in there. So you have little emojis in there. So yeah. I think that's all to go over from the first one. But I guess it's interesting that they're recruiting Lena, because Lena's like evil on Supergirl now. So anyway, well, I don't know, maybe the mid-season finale might change that. Who knows? But But let's take that away, and we will bring up description 2. I'll just do that. Let me find. Oh god. Okay, description 2. This is obviously the Batwoman episode. Okay, so this is the Batwoman episode. If I can make it bigger. There we go. Make it so yeah, most of you guys can see it hopefully. So they got, can the real Clark Kent please stand up? Gotta love a good old Eminem Slim Shady reference. Crisis on Infinite Earths continues with special guest stars Tom Welling, Erica Durant, and Kevin Conroy. The group uses Ray's invention to track new recruits to help save the universe. The Monitor sends Iris, Clark, and Lois, guest star Elizabeth Tulloch, in search of a mysterious Kryptonian, while Kate and Kara head out to find Bruce Wayne, guest star Kevin Conroy. In addition, Mia challenges Sarah, Rory discovers a hidden talent, and Lex Luthor, guest star John Cryer, returns. So the main things there is like Ray's invention. I know if you want to have a thought as to what Ray's invention could be. Wonder what it could be. To track down new recruits. I guess it's like some sort of... I don't know what it would be. Like a new invention. Like what's it specifically trying to track? I don't know. Does anyone have any thoughts as to what his invention could be? Yeah, maybe does this allude to Ray dying? I guess it does. Like the group uses Ray's invention. It's like Ray uses his invention. The group uses Ray's invention. So maybe he died making it. I don't know. A meta detector, maybe, or maybe he has some sort of like power level thing. I'm not too sure what they would go with there. I guess maybe it just might be a meta detector in general, just to find super powered people to bring in. That might be it. But you think the Monitor would have that? Do they need Ray's invention? I don't know. Maybe the Monitor's slacking. I'm not too sure. Thank you, Mr. Eli Gamist, for that. Thank you very much. Last night I saw a superhero dressed in black. He said, "This is for the fans. Yo, Pagey is back." Gotta love the black lining lyrics change to suit me. But with this, the Monitor sends Iris, Clark, and Lois. We already got that from the set photos. In search of a mysterious Kryptonian. Obviously, we know who that is. That is our good old mate Tom Welling, aka the Smallville Clark Kent or Superman. Kate and Kara head out to find Bruce Wayne. As I said before, I'm incredibly intrigued to see just why he's brought in. I'm interested to see like why he's brought in, everything like that. The thing that's like, in addition, Mia challenges Sarah. Like, what do you mean Mia challenges Sarah? What, in a thumb war, in a brain teaser, in a who can be the most annoying? Because I think Mia wins that hands down. I think really Sarah has a chance there. What does that mean? Oh God, let's skip over it because it's giving me a brain issue. Let's move on. Rory discovers a hidden talent. I'm weird that they'd put that here, but maybe, I don't know, maybe they might make him a meta. I don't know, like discovers a hidden talent. What could he do? What could Rory do? So Rory's Mick Rory Heatwave, for those that don't know. What would his hidden talent be? I'm not too sure. You think it means Mia challenges Sarah's leadership? I don't know. I didn't think Mia was going to be in this episode. I thought Mia was going to be in the first episode and then they might leave it till the end, but maybe she might be in all of it, which wouldn't be that good. Lego Pete, if you keep trolling, you will get banned. Who isn't insanely excited for the awesome new Mia Smoke show? If Mia challenges Sarah in a fight, Sarah would actually destroy her. In theory, yes, but unfortunately, that's a downside of having Marc Guggenheim involved, and Marc Guggenheim weird fanfiction head brain thing. Mia somehow wins. I don't know how. And Lex Luthor returns. That's cool. We already have had multiple things with him in like a trailer and set photos and promo images and stuff. So not a surprise that he's back. But this episode, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to seeing, the Kingdom Come Superman. I think this will be a very set up episode, like episode 1. So Supergirl's episode will be like, crap, the crisis is here. Let's see it, Earth get destroyed. Let's see it in full crisis glory. Episode 2 will not calm down necessarily, but it will definitely be like, what do you call it? Just setting certain things up. You know what I mean? And then obviously the Flash episode will be like, oh crap, stuff's hitting the fan. Let's keep going. So this will be like a setup episode, if you want to call it. But I'm looking forward to it. Very much looking forward to it. So let's just take that down. I just want to go through here quickly. So, Colin Henderson with the $5. Thank you very much for that. Who do you think are the most likely candidates for the remaining guest appearances? Well, we know that Stargirl is one. A Linda Carter Wonder Woman wouldn't surprise me. Honestly, maybe some people from Smallville if it's really small, but I think they said there's like a decent amount. Like I was expecting like 4 or 5 more cameos that we don't know of are in this crossover, and maybe some of them are still yet to be filmed. I don't know. I'm trying to like if you just really think through a lot of DC stuff, like Terry Hatcher could come back in some way, shape, or form. Anyone from Smallville, anyone from maybe even Gotham could show up. Who knows? There's a lot of different routes they can go down in regards to DC, because whether it be movies and stuff, like even Helen Slater could come back as like her version of Supergirl, or at least her version of Kara. So, or it was different, wasn't it? What was her name before Kara? Whatever it was. So they could go down different routes, heaps. Intrigued to see what they could do there. Thank you, Jesse McDonald, for becoming a member. Greatly appreciated. Welcome to the membership. And then Jesse also had another. Jesse had a super chat. Where did the super chat from Jesse go? Jesse McDonald with the $2. Do you listen to Luke Combs? If not, you need to. Luke Combs. Let me look him up. Luke Combs. Who's Luke Combs? I've never really heard of him, but I'll keep that page open so that I can actually have a listen to him. I've never heard of him before, but I'll keep that open just for you, Jesse, so I can listen to it afterwards. Okay, let me just go down here. Okay, sweet. Yeah, didn't she have like a different name back then? Because Kara, it was Kara Danvers was New 52, so maybe it was Kara something else. I'm trying to remember what it was in the back of my head. Three-breasted green giant woman and bold and fat psycho holding hands, then she smashes his head into her breast. That's a Rory story now with artwork. I can see that in my head, pretty much because it happened last season on Legends. What's going on with my goddamn thing? Here we go. Team Forward with the $2. Thank you very much for that, Team Forward. Why are they skipping Caitlyn's reaction to Barry dying? I have no idea. I have no idea why they're doing that. It's really weird. I know Caitlyn's in episode 7? No, 8? 8. So next week's episode. So she's back as Caitlyn then. So maybe there might be some sort of reaction there. But it's weird that they haven't done an episode where Barry spends time with specifically Caitlyn. But maybe they might have something where like Caitlyn was able to read what Killer Frost was feeling. So in turn she did. But I don't know. It feels a bit weird they're doing that. But yeah. John Davis, will this stream be uploaded afterwards? I think so. I'm looking at the settings I've put here. And I think I've clicked the option or taken off the option where it doesn't get uploaded. So I think it will be uploaded, but it might just be not for a couple of hours after. Hopefully it's uploaded before my Flash video goes up. How will they hide Danielle's pregnancy? Just loose clothing. Like they'll just wear loose clothing and like a lot of like dark colors and stuff like that. So that's how they'll do it. But yeah, let's bring up the 3rd episode. Let me get that for you. Where is it? Description 3. Open. Okay, so you notice it's a different color because I had to make it. I had to copy and paste it, otherwise it was going to get put everywhere. So I just put that and I'll put it there, whatever. Just so you can see my mouth move. Oh, yeah. Okay. So this is the Flash episode for those that need reminding. Black Lightning joins the Arrowverse in the 3rd chapter of the crossover, Tuesday, December 10th at 8 p.m. live on the CW. Pariah, the Flash's Tom Cavanaugh, enlists Black Lightning guest star Cress Williams to help stop the Anti-Monitor guest star LaMonica Garrett after Flash 90 guest star John Wesley Shipp shares what he learned from his battle in Elseworlds. With the help of Black Lightning, Barry, Cisco, and Killer Frost. With the help of Black Lightning, Barry, Cisco, and Killer Frost come up with a plan that could save them all. Meanwhile, Iris has a heart-to-heart with Ryan Choi, Legends of Tomorrow newcomer. So they just confirmed that Ryan Choi's going to be on Legends? Well, I'm moving myself now because I'm confused. They just confirmed that Ryan Choi is on Legends? Okay, so there we go. They've spoiled it. There you go. Okay, wasn't expecting that. Didn't even read that when I was reading over this the first time. So there you go. There's your new Legends character. Um, yeah, heart to heart with Ryan Choi, Legend of Tomorrow newcomer Osric Chow, while Oliver and Diggle return to an old familiar stomping ground, which we know is Leanne New based off the set of the promo images. Um, that was confirmed weeks ago. If you can send me the link where it was confirmed he was joining Legends, I'll be happy. But I didn't know he was joining Legends at all. We knew that he was um, joining Crisis. We all knew that, but I had no idea he was joining Legends. But yeah, on this, Pariah enlists Black Lightning, which we assumed because once again the promo images show him bringing Black Lightning in. There was an interview that came out with Cress Williams today about it. I think I retweeted it. Sorry, on Twitter. If you want to go check it, you can just go to my Twitter page, and I think it's my second most recent tweet. I just retweeted it, where he talks about him being brought in. There's like a main reason behind it, and he's like sort of angry about being brought in and what's happened and everything like that. In regards to this, I am interested to see what like the Flash Knight is sharing what he learned from his battle in Elseworlds. I'm intrigued about that because does that mean the Anti-Monitor somehow showed up there or something like that? I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see how all of this goes down. Yeah, like this is going to be an episode where I think they've showed us, like they're giving you a lot of hints in regards to what's happening in the synopsis. But even then, you can tell they're being vague because this is an episode where crap's going to go, like, and, you know, something's going to happen that is a massive cliffhanger that then leads into the Arrow episode like a month later. So there's a lot of crap going down. Ray dies confirmed at Pagey. The thing is, and the thing with Ray Palmer like dying in Crisis is that Legends starts the week after, I think, Crisis. And the issue with that is that I think he filmed, I want to say like 6 or 7 episodes of Legends. So is he meant to die? And then we still have to hang out with him in Legends, and then it gets to the point where then they would go to Crisis and stuff like that. And Kid Harpelli, Lucifer, is in Crisis. He is in Crisis. So don't tell everyone to stop asking if he is, because he's not, because he actually is. So Lucifer is in the Flash episode, so he's in that episode. He filmed 2 scenes, I think, for that. So just a quick thing. He was there for a day, filmed 2 scenes, and then left. Oh, maybe he was there for 2 days, but he filmed 2 scenes. So Lucifer is in Crisis. In regards to Huntress being included in Crisis, she did a scene with Nash Wells and John Wesley Shipp filmed. I don't know if he was the Earth 90 Flash or another character in general, but that's how the Birds of Prey Huntress is in Crisis, at least for one scene. So that's who she filmed with. And that's the thing with Pariah, because I don't know what they're doing with him. Like, is Pariah Nash, or is Pariah a different version of Wells? Because Nash Wells filmed for Crisis, and I think it was the Flash episode that he filmed for as well. So it's not even the first part, third part. So I don't even know what they're doing there with him, with Tom Cavanagh in general. Is Constantine in Crisis? Constantine is in Crisis. I think he's I wouldn't say like a main player, but he's in Crisis. I know that he does some stuff. He's in the scene with Lucifer. Yeah. Who's your favorite CW character? Probably Oliver, I guess. I just saw a picture with Wally West and Firestorm in Crisis. If you want to tweet that to me, then feel free to, because I think that'd be the first time I've seen it. Stargirl? What about Get? I'm not too sure what that means. I'm not too sure what that means. I hope John Diggle and Earth 90 Flash have a talk, and John asks about what the Flash meant in Elseworlds by saying, "Where's your ring?" I don't think Diggle would dwell too much on that. I think Earth 90 Flash would probably have to bring that up again. I don't think him saying, "Where's your ring?" would have him dwell on anything, because there's no Green Lantern that they know of on their Earth, so it wouldn't be something like, "Oh, the Green Lantern ring, is that what he's referring to?" Will they ever cast Tom Welling as Clark again? Well, from what we know, Tom Welling didn't really want to come back and play Clark. If he said if he was going to come back to the CW, he wanted to play a different character. So maybe if they, because it was such a small role, that's the only reason he came back. If it was anything decently sized, I don't think he would ever come back to play the role. Is Stargirl in Crisis? Yes, she's in Crisis, and her show will be on the CW when it airs in, I think, April. What am I most excited for in Crisis? I'm looking forward to Kingdom Come Superman. Just all the heroes together, just them adapting the storyline. That's pretty much it. How long have I been streaming for? Almost an hour. Jesus Christ, this went fast. How will the skies turn red in Crisis? I think the way that they're going to show it is that the skies turn red due to antimatter. So that's it. Am I going to review Titans? I've heard from someone that the Titans season 2 finale is really bad. Like, it's got like 3 good scenes and the rest of it is it's rushed. I think that's like the best word. It's almost like they ran out of time editing it to match the release schedule for it, which I feel bad for the people behind Titans, sort of, because they weren't meant to come out till next year. They were meant to have all this time to like edit the show, you know, cut out certain things, even refilm certain things, and then do all the CGI. But they got rushed out, so they only finished filming this season like a month and a half ago or something, and now they have to do this, bring this episode out. You know, so apparently the CGI is terrible in the finale because it's really CGI heavy, and it's really bad because they didn't get enough time to do it. So it's sort of like one of those things where like DC Universe sort of screwed them over because Stargirl was the one that was meant to come out. But anyway, what the hell is this? Okay, don't worry. Brandon Routh's Superman has a son. Please talk about. Yeah, and Superman Returns, he has a son. So this is the same one, but I think his son would be like 20, early 20s at the least. So yeah. CGI was terrible in the season 2 first episode as well. I think that's because they didn't care about that, Ashley. I think they just didn't care. And I was just like, look, just get Trigon the hell out of here. Why do we have to deal with this? Let's just move on. I think that was the main reason about that. What episode is Stargirl in for Crisis? I have no idea. It could be the first one. It could be the last one. Maybe they might have her there as like a thing to show that Earth's submerged or something. I'm not too sure. Will you do more live streams? Defo going to become a member tomorrow, no money today. Look, I'm not forcing you to become a member, Sophia, but if you want to, you can. I'm going to try and do them like this day every week. So the morning of Flash and Arrow every week, even though Arrow's got hardly any weeks left. But during Crisis, I might do a live stream every morning before the episodes, if you guys want that, just so we can talk about what just happened or what's about to happen and stuff like that. So during Crisis Week, I might do a live stream every morning. But from like the normal weeks, it'd be probably the morning of the Flash, but it just depends on uploads and stuff in regards to when I stream. But that's the date I'd probably set, a Wednesday morning for me, which is the morning of the Flash. I like this time, European friendly. Yeah, I think this time is pretty good for Europeans, and then also I guess people that have just come home from school, maybe. I think like this is like around now. I think people are just getting home from school, at least on the east coast of America. Do you think Nora will show up in Crisis? I don't think so, unless it's like some sort of vision or something like that. I don't think she's actually going to show up. Your streams give me an excuse to not do my homework. Well, good excuse. Don't know if that'd hold up in class when your teacher asks why haven't you done your homework, but I'll give that excuse. I'll give it. No force, lol. I always like to support creators that sub a lot on Twitch. Thank you very much for that, Sophia, then. Well, I look forward to you joining the membership then. Does Iris die in Crisis? I would be surprised. Well, they might show her dying, but then she'll come back to life very soon. Do I think Diggle will become a Green Lantern? I'd like to think so. They've teased us too much, I think, for it to not to happen. And I heard that David Ramsey did a photo shoot on the same day that Brandon Routh did his Kingdom Come Superman shoot with him in his suit that they released all those promo images for. Oh no, those like specific like posters for. So I don't know if they did one for him as Green Lantern or something like that. Who knows? But I heard that he did a shoot on that same day. Are you sad Arrow's almost over? I am. It's getting to the point though, because I don't like what they're doing with like using the last season as a setup for the spin-off. I don't like that they're doing that. I know some people don't care, but for me as an Arrow fan who's been watching since season 1, it's my favorite show. I really don't like that they're doing that. It feels like they're really just almost giving the middle finger to Arrow and just saying, hey, we're just going to use you to build this show, which, you know, try and build interest for, because we want to keep our jobs or something. I don't know. Am I going to watch the Kevin Smith thing? I might. Hopefully it gets like uploaded to YouTube or something, just because I hate the fact that it's like straight after, because I'm obviously doing videos then. But I'll try and watch it in some way, shape or form. Are the Titans in crisis? Based off the script thing that I got, yes, they are. Whether it's the DC, what do you call it, Universe Titans, or a random newly cast version of Titans which no one would recognize, up to you, I guess. What Kevin Smith thing? So after the Supergirl episode and the Flash episode, Kevin Smith's doing like I think it's just called Crisis Aftermath, where essentially it's just like a special where he goes over what happened in the episode and things like that. I don't think it's live. It might be live, but I'm not too sure. But if it is live, then I'm assuming they'd get stuff off Twitter, like people's reactions on Twitter. I think that'd be the best way to go about it, but it might just be filmed beforehand. They might have like a panel where people discuss it or something. I don't know. Will Iris have the twins? I saw the crib. I think that crib from tonight's episode is just going to have baby Nora in it. I don't know if you'd see the baby or if it's just going to have hands, but the fact that it has like the XS logo and stuff there sort of insinuates it's just Nora. Did you see the new Flash episode sneak peek for today's episode? I try and avoid them. I'll only watch them if like I get spoiled for what's in them. Like someone will tweet me, hey, did you see that new sneak peek? This happened. Then I'll go, okay, well I know, so I'll go watch it. So it's pretty rare I watch them. I try to avoid them. Especially like there's like four hours until the show comes on, so yeah. Do I watch Vane? Do I watch Jane the Virgin? Please answer. I don't watch it. I know someone that does, but I don't watch it. Kevin Smith said it was live on CW. Okay, so it's live, which makes more sense. I think that's the best way to go about it. I think having it live and then you get like reactions from Twitter and stuff after the episodes is the best way to go about it. I know you're excited for the Mia Love Triangle. Yeah, can't wait. If I do the membership, does it work like the super chat? In what way do you mean, Emanuela? What do you mean by that? Like if you do the membership, you'll get like a cool little, you get like an emblem, you get my channel logo next to your name and stuff like that. I'm not too sure what you mean by the super chat specifically. Some kid in my class was called out in class by my teacher for watching watching it in class. Will Barry create Gideon? Maybe, I don't know. Oh, will I answer the questions? Yeah, I think I've answered all of them. CJ's questions when he's asked. So if you do the membership, I'll be able to see your little thing quicker because you can do. You get like the emblem, and then you can do like emojis and stuff like that. That's not the right thing to click. So if you become a member, you get all those emojis. I'll probably add more. I think I have to reach a certain amount of members before I can add more emojis and stuff like that. But those are the emojis I have so far. Did I see Frozen 2? No. I don't know if I will. I might just wait till it's out on like Disney Plus or something. There you go. CJ's got the emojis. He's got all the arrow ones. Does copper affect the new rules for YouTube? I don't know. It's sort of confusing because it's like, from what it was said before, it was like if you're like specifically a kids channel, so people that do like kids animation or like I guess like toy unboxings, stuff like that. But mine is like, I sometimes swear in my videos and stuff like that, or I'll make lewd innuendo. I can't even speak, but like lewd and innuendo and stuff like that. So for me personally, I don't think my stuff is like quote unquote child friendly in regards to it being specifically for kids. But it is, it's not like completely explicit, whereas like political crap and all that stuff. I'm not one of those people that like would always get the yellow emblem and stuff on their videos. That's not me. So I don't know how it affects. I'm just gonna play it by ear, just see how it goes, and not get too worried about it. I think people are getting freaked out about it too much because I have a feeling YouTube's gonna step in and probably not allow it to control them too much, but that's for us to wait and find out. What's up, Pagey? Greetings from Trinidad and Tobago. I think you might be the first, at least Trinidadian. Is that the best way to put it? Word to use. I think subscriber. I think I've at least noticed. So welcome. Doge Fresh? Is that the best way to put it? Doge? Or Doge Fresh? I'm not sure how to pronounce that, but thank you. Jesse McDonald put $5 in and went, the best song to listen to by Luke Combs is When It Rains, It Pours. Okay, is that showed up when I looked him up? No, I think it came with 3 other songs, so I'll listen to that after 100%. Do I watch The Mandalorian? I've watched the first 2 episodes, so I'm not completely caught up. But I haven't really been watching too much TV, to be completely honest. Lantern Core 2814 is also Trinidadian. That's awesome. Well, God, is it like peak Trinidadian YouTube time or something? Welcome, both of you then. Dog E Fresh. Okay, I wasn't too sure if it was Doge Fresh or something. Thank you, Emmanuela, for joining the Pagey membership. Greatly appreciated. Hopefully, you enjoy your little emblem and emojis. And Zengilios with the $5. Been watching for years. Love your channel, man. I don't know if you saw my other comment, but I'll post it again. Thanks for your hard work. Okay, I'll keep that. I'll look out for your comment there, Zengilios. Hopefully, I didn't miss it. Late to the stream, so sorry if this is on news. Did you see that that our boy Marc Guggenheim said that there is a time jump in Crisis? It accounts for the break. Yeah, we're just going over that. I think probably about 10 minutes ago, maybe, Zengilio. So you just missed us going over it. We went to Twitter and stuff like that. Yeah, so I'm guessing something massive happened. So maybe Earths merge, maybe at the end of Crisis, at the end of the Flash episode. Then we have that break. And then maybe we pick up with like everyone just living in that new world. Maybe that might be what happens there. Yeah, I'm not too sure. Now I'm a member. Do you think Psycho Pirate would be part of the crossover? It was heavily teased elsewhere, but I'm not sure. I would not be 100% sure about that, Emmanuel, because the actor wasn't like a massive actor. They sort of just got him to say a couple of lines. So we don't know if he really filmed scenes. And if he did, they would be on like green screens and like studio things. He wouldn't have filmed in public. So we won't know that about Psycho Pirate being a Crisis until he probably shows up. That's the thing about him, and maybe some other characters as well. What do you think about Yao Fei returning to Arrow 8x07? I'm intrigued as hell as to how they make that make sense. Because Edward Fry's is back, Billy Wintergreen is back as like the first Deathstroke. I'm so intrigued to see how they go about making that work and making it make sense. Does everyone time travel, or is it a different Earth or a different reality? What the hell's going on there? So I can't wait to see what happens there. Did I see the Titans season 2 finale trailer? Yeah, the thing is, the trailer for the season 2 finale of Titans is really good. Like, it made me want to catch up, even though I haven't really enjoyed this season. But I've talked to someone who just watched the finale about an hour ago or something, or just before it, just over an hour ago, and they said it's not very good. It's very rushed, which, from what I've heard, doesn't surprise me too much because apparently this season they just had so many storylines. I'm not caught up yet. I'm still at 5 episodes behind, I think. 5 episodes behind. How is Cal? He's good. He's still chilling on the bed. He hasn't really felt the need to come out, but he was pretty puffed after his walk. Hey, Paigey, who do you think Pariah is? Well, he's a version of Wells. I guess he's either Nash or he's someone completely random. That's the thing. He's either Nash Wells or he's just someone else completely random. So I guess those are the 2 options. But what's his name? Senthil Ramamurthy, who plays Ramsey Rosa or Bloodwork, said that in episode 8 there's a massive thing that happens with Wells. So yeah. Is the Anti-Monitor going to have his army? Maybe. It'd be all CGI, so that'd be the thing there. So we can't really talk about it. We can't really base it off anything that we've seen on set or anything like that. How do you become a member on mobile? I don't see the option. I think you have to do it on your computer, Zengilios, or an iPad or something. I think you can super chat on those devices now, but I don't think you can become a member. I think you have to do it specifically on your computer, because it's like you click it and then you have to do like multiple other things. So yeah. Do I think Brenton Thwaites is a good Dick Grayson? I think he's a good Dick Grayson. I think he's a very good That's the thing with Titans. Titans has so much potential because they have the budget And then they also have a really good cast. Obviously, like Bruce Wayne is a miscast. I don't think Tegan Croft is that good of a Raven. I think she's a bit of a miscast for that. Everyone else is good. Like Anna Diop's a really good actress. They don't use her enough. But that's the thing. They have a really good cast, a ridiculously good cast, like in regards to all round for a TV show. Well, actually, like a streaming service show. So everyone fits their role really well. The issue is that it has so much potential, but the writers are really bad. Or either the writers or the showrunner, but probably both. The showrunner I can tell isn't good. I don't think she's that good of a Raven. I think she's a miscast. I don't think she's that good of a Raven. They're okay, Mr. Eli Gamers, for the shout out. It's all good. Do you think we'll get a Batman Beyond show in the near future? I think a movie's probably more likely than a... I don't know, but then HBO Max could do something there. I don't know. I'd expect probably a movie. Just because of the futuristic thing, it'd probably be a big budget, so I'd expect a movie more than anything. What do you think of the Watchmen TV show? I'm loving it so far. I haven't watched this week's episode, though. I might watch it before watching The Flash today. I'm not too sure if I'll watch it all today, like before Flash. I might leave it till tonight and watch it, but I have to watch this week's episode. Who do you think is Flash Season 6B villain? Who knows? It could be Red Death. Like Black Hole is that organization, so you have to think it's something associated with them. Whoever it might be is another question. I'm not too sure who could it be. I don't know. I'm gonna say Negative Flash. I'll say Negative Flash, but don't count out Red Death. Who knows? Am I going to react to Crisis? I know you asked about Arrow's finale. Yeah, I'm going to react to... My plan is not the first 3 parts. The first 3 parts of Crisis are the ones that come out in 2 weeks' time. I'm just going to do normal videos on them like I normally would. But the finale, 2-part finale thing, so the Arrow and Legends thing, I'm going to react to that. Then I'm going to react to the backdoor pilot for Arrow's spin-off thing the week after. And then the week after that, I'm going to react to the Arrow series finale. So, yeah. Did you see Moira is back for the Arrow finale? Yeah, I saw Katie Cassidy... posted the picture on Twitter, and you can clearly see that's Moira sitting right next to her, or Sue Robinson? What's her name? No, Sue Thompson, I think the actress's name is. Whatever it is. What episode is the sky going to turn red? Probably the Supergirl episode. Hope everything is well with you, Paigey, and your sidekick Cal in the new house sitting thing. Well, been here for like, what? Almost 5 months, I think, but I just haven't done any videos really. Susanna Thompson, that's it. Susanna Thompson. I don't know what was it? Yeah, I knew it was Sue something. I don't know what the last name I was going for there, but yeah, I knew it was Thompson. How do you feel about the spin-off of Arrow? I hate Mary, and it feels like they're trying to sell her too much. She's a forced character. Like, the thing is that... Look, this is the thing. If Arrow was continuing... And say, Oliver dies in Crisis, then we get like a episode 10 funeral or episode 9 funeral, whatever it is. And then they continue. So Arrow gets season 8 back half and then season 9 possibly. And Mia is that new character. I wouldn't like it. I'd hate it. But I could understand why they were doing what they were doing, and it would serve a purpose. But in regards to them having Mia be such a focus in Arrow this season, it makes no sense in regards to Arrow as a show. It makes no sense. Don't try and say, so Oliver gets to know his daughter. What's the purpose of her coming back? Does the Monitor really need Mia to be there and William and Connor? No, he doesn't. And you can argue, okay, everything serves a purpose. Don't try and prove to me that makes sense as to why they would come back. But so them bringing her back just to be there now is obviously just to set up the spin-off. And I hate the fact that they're using Arrow's final season to do that. I don't think episode 6 and 7 will focus too much on that. It might. Don't quote me on that, but it might. But episode 4 and 5 definitely did not suck. They were still decent episodes, but they weren't as good as episodes 1, 2, and 3 because there was so much, focus around those characters. I just don't like the future people being there. I don't know how people have flipped either. One episode they hated them, next episode they loved them. Like, what the hell happened there? You can't just flip like that. Well, Kevin Conroy I don't think he's going to dress or suit up as Batman. I think he's just you're going to see the Batman suit. Like in the background, which you can see the thing. Well, that's the thing. They just haven't made you care enough about Mia. That's like a perfect point. Like, they just don't make you care enough for those characters. Like the best character in the future stuff is William, and he's the character with the least amount of potential to grow. Like that's like a perfect sign as to what's wrong with that future stuff. The character which can hardly grow in regards to a character arc or development is your best character. That's a screaming issue right there, and that's a sign of like that's a worry for the future if they're like what's going on there. What do you think the Spectre's role will be in Crisis? I don't know. I don't know how big his role is. That's the thing. I don't know why they announced him being in Crisis either, because he wasn't seen on set. That's the weirdest thing about the Spectre thing. Like, why did they announce him being in Crisis when he wasn't seen on set? Like, that's the reason they announced people being cast, because they're most likely going to be seen on set. So it felt weird that they did that. I think if they change the writing for Mia, she'll be better. I agree with that. But the thing is, I still don't think she's that great of a character, even if she had decent writing. You can have decent writing and still be a pretty weak character. I think Mia's always going to be that weak character. I don't think it helps that they write her in a way which Catherine McNamara can't portray, because she's just not that type of actress. She's not this, oh, look at me be edgy and hard. It doesn't work with her. She can't portray that. I think she can portray like a... This is the thing. And you know what? I purposely saved this, I think, for my live stream to tell you guys this, or just to give this thought, if you want to call it. Mia is the daughter of Oliver, the Green Arrow, okay, and Felicity Smoke, aka Felicity Smoke. Why not just give her the personality of Felicity and the skills, or at least somewhat the skills of Oliver? Because Catherine McNamara would be able to portray that, except they tried to make her like Oliver and it didn't work. It sucked. So why didn't they just make her... She grew up with Felicity, so you think she would adopt some of Felicity's traits and everything like that. So why didn't they do that? Just make her Felicity with a bow and arrow. I know people would hate that, but I think it would have been better than what we got, or what we've gotten so far. So why didn't they just do that? It took me 2 seconds to figure that out when I was watching the episode, or like thinking how they could have made Mia a better character, or at least a less insufferable character. Savage Spade left a super challenge. It doesn't always, these things go so fast. Let me just try and find it. Savage Spade, $2. I am so ready. Is that in reference to Crisis? I'm going to assume it's in reference to Crisis. Savage Spade. If that's the case, then I agree. I am so ready as well. Arrowverse Lover 100. I disagree. She's a great character. Because you use the word great, I'm going to assume that's a troll. Is the red skies caused by the anti-monitor? I think it's caused by like the antimatter wave. You know what I mean? Did you see the test footage for the 2003 Watchmen we could have had? It's going to be directed by David Hayter, the voice of Snake from Metal Gear Solid, and the writer of X-Men 2. I actually did watch it, and it's got Ian Glenn, who plays Bruce Wayne as Bruce Wayne on Titans. He's Night Owl in that Watchmen thing. So if you haven't watched it, type in 2003 Watchmen test footage, I guess, into YouTube, and you'll see it. So it's like a Rorschach. It's like the scene from the movie in the book, where like Rorschach's eating like the baked beans out of the can, and Ian Glenn is Night Owl. It took me 2 seconds. I was thinking in my head, I was like, that guy looks a lot like Ian Glenn. And then I got to the end, I was like, oh, it's because it is Ian Glenn. Yeah, anyway. Yeah, it's just like, just typing like Watchmen 2003, and it should be probably the first thing. When was the time jump in Batwoman? Because she became Batwoman like this year, and she was already Batwoman last year. No, there was no time jump. So in between episode 4 and 5, I think it was, they refer to the Arkham Breakout. So that was Elseworlds happened in between episodes 4 and 5. So yeah. Why are they releasing promo pics of the Anti-Monitor? I wouldn't be able to tell you that. Maybe CGI wise, maybe they do like some detailing stuff and they can't really do it through the promo images. That might be why. But yeah, wouldn't be able to tell you exactly. But guys, I'm actually probably going to end the stream here because we've been streaming for pretty much like an hour and a quarter, which is crazy. But I am going to try, I might stream later in the week as well. I might stream in like 2 days from now. just depending if I want to, or if maybe some stuff comes out to talk about. But every week I'm going to try and stream, the day of the Flash and Arrow. But yeah, so if you want to, as I said, you can become a member by clicking the join thing, whether you do it later on your phone, stuff like that. You do get like the cool emojis and like the cool emblem and stuff next to your name, like Emanuela, CJ, Jesse, and I think someone else, which I'm forgetting, which I'm really sorry about. But yeah, you can look into that if you want to. And yeah, until next stream, guys, I will actually catch you later, and hopefully you enjoy the Flash and Arrow. Look out for my Flash video later today and my Arrow video tomorrow. And yeah, goodbye.